Good morning, you guys. It's They Call Me Miss Kelly here, and I am going thrifting today, and that is a wonderful surprise and a change because today is Monday, March 24th, 2025. So it is not even Thrifting Tuesday, it is Making Money Monday. So like I said before, I've been trying something different with my budgeting and my business banking that allows me to go thrifting hopefully more often than just twice a month. So today, and I might be able to go twice a week, but twice this week, but we shall see. So today, I think I have a budget, I have a budget of about $25 to $30. And as always, my average cost of goods, I would like to be at least $5 or less. But you never know, I might find something that I'm willing to put a couple extra dollars towards if I know I can list it for more than my $25 minimum or goal, listing goal, because I know it'll bring me a bigger profit. So yeah, I'm headed to my favorite Goodwill. This is my first time going thrifting on a Monday. I usually wait till Tuesday to kind of give the store time to replenish over the weekend. And I just had a feeling, okay, I can go today. Maybe I'll find a couple things. Maybe I won't. It's a rainy day, as you can see out my window. Like, super rainy today. Yeah, just dropped my son off at school, waiting for the drop-off traffic to clear up a little bit before I pull off to go to my favorite thrift store my favorite Goodwill to thrift. And I always find good things at this Goodwill. That is why it is my favorite, and I always go there. There's always something to pick up to resell. So yeah, I won't have too much time because I have book club today. And the book that we read this month, if you're interested, my book club meets once a month at my local library, and it's a good group of us, a good amount of us in this group. This is my second time going to the book club, and it is actually the book club's 1-year anniversary at the library for Monday Book Club. And the book we were to read for this month was Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have it right here, let me see. Last month we read a nonfiction, like, informational book called The Library Book, and it was by Susan Orlean, I think. Orlean. But it was basically about the LA library fire in the 1980s, and it also gave a little bit of history and background of libraries in general. I learned a lot from that book, and it's not a book that I would normally pick up to just read on my own. So that's why I joined the book club, so I can have a community and be involved in my own community in my town, and to just have something to do with other like-minded people. Like, I go to group classes at the gym just because we're all there for the same goal, and you know, it's just nice to be surrounded by other people who have the same goal or interests as you. So that's why I joined the book club. And this is the book by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and she is the same author of Daisy Jones and the Six and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I read that one. And I own Daisy Jones and the Six, but I still have not read it yet. But this was our book read for last month. So I won't, because of book club, I won't be able to thrift for that long. Well, I have a couple of hours, but I don't want to rush from thrifting to book club and be all flustered and things like that. So yeah, so I'll be back later this afternoon when I get back home to show you my mini thrift haul on this Money Making Monday from my favorite Goodwill to thrift for reselling. So if you are interested in watching my thrift videos and seeing what types of things I put in my Poshmark closet, Depop shop, Mercari store, eBay store, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and also leave me any comments on what you would like to see, or if you just want to say hey. So bye, see you later. Hey you guys, so I am back at home. The time is 12:30. I have already gone thrifting and I had lunch already. And then I had just enough time to make it to my book club meeting, which went very, very well. It was really good. Our book for next month is Fahrenheit 451, and we get to keep the book because the library received a huge donation from um an organization in honor of like the arts. So yeah, that's our book for next month. And yes, I've read it, high school, college. Saw the movie that came out with Michael B. Jordan a little while ago. But I am excited to read it again as an adult, not in high school or college, and read it with more of a mature mind, I guess. But yeah, so I went thrifting, and before I show you my thrift haul, go ahead and hit like and subscribe and leave comments on what you would like to see me thrifting, or if you would like to see any what sold videos, because I kind of put a hold on those because my thrift videos seem to do a little better and they take less work. Okay, like yeah. Okay, so like I said before, I had $25 to $30 that I could thrift at my favorite Goodwill today. And I wanted to keep my average cost of goods at $5 or under, but I was willing to spend a little bit more money per item if the items I picked up were like they had to be picked up. They were going to hit my goal of at least $25, or no, they were going to hit higher than my listing goal of at least $25, and spending a couple extra dollars on that item to resell for that much profit is worth it. Okay, so I might not have as many items as I wanted because my average cost of goods went up, but these items would bring me more profit. Less items, more profit. All right, so this week, the Goodwill color sale tag of the week was yellow. And I was looking at the yellow items, but I decided to look at everything. Like I was going through every single item in the women's tops, sweaters, and blouses racks, or whatever they're called. I went through every single rack or every single hanger hanging on the women's jeans rack. I looked at all the shoes on the in the women's shoe shelves, and I'm glad that I went through the women's tops first, because that's all I got. I went to the shoe section and there was nothing really good there to pick up, but I just started putting things in my cart, whether it was yellow tag or any other color tag, because it's like, well, what if I didn't want any of the yellow tag items, but I'll take some blue tag items. They may be, a little bit more costly, but they would bring me more profit. So the trade-off was really good. So while I'm thrifting, I'm looking for the best items, and no matter the color tag, I just put them inside of the cart. And then later on, before I check out, I would go stand by the dressing rooms, because they keep a clothing rack there where if you don't want that item, you can put the item back on the clothing rack. So I would go through all of my items in my cart that I picked out from the store, and whatever I did not want or that did not hit my my checklist from my listings, then I would hang it up on that rack. So then the clothing associate or the Goodwill associate, all they have to do is just take that rack and put everything back. Instead of just randomly putting things back or giving it to the cashier, I just put it on the clothing rack. That way I can take my time and Google Lens search each item that I picked and pick out the best ones that I put inside of my cart, because my budget was $25 to $30. All right, so here's what I got. Let's see. So the first thing I picked up, because the first thing I see are the women's jackets when I go in, And it was just this plain, like regular black jacket, right? But then I see this part, and I had just bought a pair of jeans with this logo on it, and it's a G-Star Raw. G-Star Raw cargo line. I'm assuming it's a women's size 12, size small, and not a men's size small, because it was in the women's section, and it has a women's tag. Remember, the color of the week was yellow, and this is blue, so it was not 50% off. So I paid the regular price, which is $12.99, but that's because it's a G-Star jacket. G-Star Originals Raw Denim. It's like a really lightweight, good for spring. A zippered pocket. Inside pocket. There's unlined. There's a couple pockets in here. That's not a pocket. Pocket down here. Pocket on the other side, I believe. Let's see. It is G-Star size small, EU, US size small. It is there's a style name in here. A Timer Biker Overshirt, or a Timmer Biker Overshirt, right there. Timmer or a Timer Biker Overshirt. Let's see what it's made of. 100% polyester. It's a lightweight jacket, good for spring and fall and layering, but spring is here, so G-Star women's jacket. Yeah, this might be a women's jacket, because if this was a men's small, it would have fit my arms a lot better, because I have bigger arms. Yeah, women's size small. You can kind of see through it a little bit. Like my ring light, I can see the light through the fabric. So it's a nice lightweight jacket. And I picked it up because I purchased a pair of G-Star jeans, and when I researched them, I realized I could get, I guess, $30 or more for them. So I'm like, G-Star is a good premium brand. And I did Google lens search this jacket, and I saw the same jacket on a couple of eBay listings for like $70. So I know I can post this for more than $25. That's why I was willing to pay the full tag price of $12.99. Right? So I'm not just looking at the 50% off items. I'm looking at all the items and picking out the best ones for the best price. And this was a good price. And there's a zippered pocket on the sleeve. Front button pockets, the button on the inside. Double button sleeve. And G-Star Raw. In really good condition. I don't see any stains or marks, but I'm still going to throw it in the washing machine. That's on the chest above the zipper pocket. Still going to throw it in the washing machine. That's why I wanted to do this video, because I'm ready to pop these tags or cut these tags off and go do a load of laundry right after. So I can list these items today. So that was the G-Star. The next thing, and I usually don't do tops, so I'm glad I went through the tops. This was a yellow tag. And at first I didn't realize what it was, but I knew the name, the brand was familiar. Is it in the shop? Oh, there it is. It's a frame shirt, and look, it was just dry cleaned because it still has the dry clean tag stapled to it. It just says made in India, and this is definitely a women's size small frame. This is a green and white striped button front top. Let's see. The buttons are in good condition. Oh, and it has these bell sleeves, like long bell sleeves. I always check the underarms. I check the buttons. Check for any holes. This is cute. It has a little flare bell sleeve at the bottom. Button cuff closure. And it is, because why would they dry clean it? It's 100% cotton. It's a frame Sage Multi, style number LWSH0493. I'm gonna like get it to show. Sage Multi, 100% cotton, style number, made in India. Still, it has the extra buttons in case you lose one. No staining, no holes. So they took this right out of the dry cleaners and then I guess donated it. Sage Multi, so it's a sage green and white, a vertical striped button front top, and a women's size small. This was a yellow tag item, and it was for original price $9.99. I paid $5. And I did do a Google Lens search, and frame shirts originally I think were like $150 to over $200 depending on the style. So when I saw that and that it was only $5 with the color tag sale, I was like, hello, it meets my cost of goods and beyond my listing price goal. Back. Since this still has the dry clean tag, I am not going to wash this. But I am going to cut this tag off. So it's a frame Sage Multi striped long bell sleeve button front blouse, 100% cotton. That was a good buy. So I got two great things. And I said earlier that I don't usually go to the thrift store on Monday. This is my first time thrifting on Monday. Now I could have went tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and my usual day that I like to go thrifting during the week, but I have to get my hair done tomorrow. So yeah, I'm glad that I went today. And I could have went Thursday, but it's like, why wait when I can just go Monday? I had the budget put to the side. Tuesday, like I said, I'm getting my hair done. It needs to be trimmed. No, I'm going a little off topic, but it needs to be trimmed and washed and treated and all that kind of stuff. So I'm so glad I went to the thrift store today. Next is this pink floral. I'm about to butcher this French. Maison d'Amélie, Paris, US size small, sheer long sleeve peasant top. And this is very sheer. I would wear a cami underneath this. Okay, can you? Yeah, this is very sheer. See through it. And there's the pattern. It has like these metallic, this gold metallic thread going through the fabric. There's a tie. It has a ruffle collar. It has the smock sleeves for a good fit. So the sleeves kind of puff out when you're wearing it. Oh no, no cami needed. It's lined. The sleeves are super sheer, but there's an attached cami underneath. See? In good condition. All right, so this is, I think, yep, 100% polyester. The top. Okay, this was, it is a yellow tag, so it's 50% off this price of $6.99. I paid $3.50 for this top. And I picked this up because I've sold this brand before, I believe, or something that says Maison. It's not like Maison Margiela, but it was Maison, or it was some type of French brand. And I sold it for a lot more than I thought I would get for it. And I got it in a ThredUp box, a ThredUp rescue box. So my average cost of goods was only like, it was less than $2 for that top, maybe $1.31 to $1.36 is usually my average cost of goods for a women's clothing ThredUp box. So when I saw this, I saw the style. I sell peasant tops pretty well, and the light color and sheer, and I saw the name, and I was like, huh, and it was only $3.50 because it was 50% off. So I still did a Google Lens search, and I saw tops for $25 on eBay, and then ThredUp popped up, which is where I got that last shirt from. ThredUp popped up, and some of these Maison d'Amélie, this brand right here on ThredUp, were anywhere between, I think the lowest I saw was $15 for their sale price, all the way up to like $64.99. I didn't find this exact shirt, but a shirt like this was selling for $25 or more. So I picked it up for the $3.50. So I'll probably list this for $25 unless I see comps that are listed for more than $25. But it's at least $25. Nice and springy. And dress it up or down. It's very cute. And it's more of a relaxed fit. It's not super tight. Okay, so one more. I kind of fell on the floor. One more, and this last one that I picked up is my thrift gold that I found on this thrifting trip. Like from a treasure from this treasure hunt. I've only had this brand once before, and it was in a ThredUp rescue box. I only had it for like a week maybe, and I sold it on eBay for the price that I listed it for, of like over $70, and it was a pair of sweatpants. And I just happened, like I said, I wasn't just looking for the color of the week tags, and I wasn't just looking for specific prints. I took the time and went through every single hanger on the rack looking like this, and looking at the labels, and looking at the style and things like that. So I would have passed by this sweater if it was just hanging like this on the rack, because it looks like it could be Anthropologie or like a H&M or something like that. And this is a style of sweater that I would wear. You know, like this is my style. I would pair this with leggings, a jean skirt, and some boots. Yeah, this is my style. So I thought it was just a basic, you know, like Anthropologie or Philosophy or something like that. So something told me to go ahead and just check the tag. And first, I only saw this part. And I'm like, oh, this is an Amazon essential clothing item. But then I looked again, and I remember when I had this brand before, like it says essentials, fear of God. Do you see that? Essentials, fear of God. So the fear of God is a minority, is owned by, I don't even want to say minority, but the owner of the brand is a person of color. I think he's African American or Hispanic. Let me know in the comments, but like, it's just, I know what he looks like, but it's just not coming to me. But he is a person of color. He does streetwear, and he does like these comfy clothing essentials, and this is part of his essentials line, Essentials Fear of God. Now this is a size, on the tag, the good size small. Yeah, so this says size small. So it is a size small. It's 57% cotton, 33% acrylic, 10% nylon. Made in China. It is machine washable. It says a women's small. And it's not part of the yellow tag color sale. This is a blue tags, and it was only $9.99. So I paid $10 for this, which is over my cost of goods goal. But I mean, it was worth it for this. All right. And is it women's? I don't know. But I did do a quick Google search, and it was like, I don't know, $200. I may be confusing the frame with the Fear of God. Like maybe the Fear of God was 200 and something dollars for this sweater, and the frame shirt was maybe like $100. I don't know. Either way, they were both worth the extra money that I spent on them. So I spent $10 on this. So women's cable knit, like chunky knit sweater, long sleeve, ribbed sleeves, relaxed bottom. It's like a relaxed oversized fit, because this is a small. If this is a small in women's, this would swallow me. So it could be a small in men's, maybe it's unisex. I don't know. I never get really lucky finding this type of brand like this. I'm usually finding and selling happily like the bread and butter brands and like premium denim, but I've rarely come across items like this. So this was Thrift Gold, Thrifting Gold. Okay. So yeah, I went out of my comfort zone, went to the thrift store on a Monday at 9:30 in the morning, and went through the tops and sweaters section first, which I usually go to jeans, shoes, and accessories like bags and belts. But today, something told me, just look through the shirts and the tops. You might find something. And I found Fear of God essentials. Fear of God. I found Maison d'Amélie pink peasant top. I also found a frame, a sage multi striped button front long sleeve, a bell sleeve top frame. So frame, Maison d'Amélie essentials, Fear of God, and this G-Star jacket on a Monday, and not in the usual section that I shop in. You guys, all together with 6.35% sales tax in the state of Connecticut, and rounding up to the nearest dollar so I can donate back to Goodwill, I spent $34 altogether. $34. So if I was to add that ticket roundup, which is the roundup for donation to go back to Goodwill, that would be 5 items, right? Including the tax, $34 for 5 items. I spent an average cost of goods of $6.80 per item. Now, if I don't count the roundup, I don't know, I spent what, $7 and some change, $8. I'm going off of this because I don't have my phone to do the calculation. I'm using the phone to record. But yeah, but the items that I purchased, they're going to more than pay for themselves. So I get my investment back, as well as pay me a huge profit. Yeah. Oh, and I got my 25% Goodwill coupon on my next purchase. 25% off my next purchase of regular priced items. And it seemed like forever to get this, because I'm always in the thrift store, but I never have enough points. I haven't had enough points lately to get my coupon. So I'm going to use that to get myself something nice, if I can find something next time. But yeah, so that was my, you guys, that was my mini thrift haul. And I'm so excited that I went today. I don't know if I'm going to go again this week. So you guys got a bonus though, because I put out, this would probably be the second video for this week. And yeah, that's really good. I either put out one video a week or one video every 2 weeks. And we got a little bit of a bonus. These items should be posted in my Poshmark, Depop, Mercari, and eBay by tomorrow. And tomorrow is Tuesday, March 25th. So by the time you see this, maybe those items would still be listed. So you can visit any one of those reselling sites. Look, you can click the link in the description box to visit my Poshmark, Depop, eBay, and Mercari if you would like to grab these items, or if you would just like to see the types of items I sell and anything else you might like to purchase, go ahead and click those links. Also, like and subscribe, and leave me a comment saying, hey, okay. Thank you for watching. Bye.